want a different president for Christmas. Only a different president will do. I don't want a guy with any felonies. I want a different president. Who cares if people eat? I want a different president for Christmas. I don't think Santa Claus would mind, do you? They won't want to use a stupid new ballroom. Just bring them through the front door and try hard to make it soon. I can see us now on Christmas morning, turning on the news. Oh, what joy and what surprise when we open up our eyes and see a new guy in the Oval Room. I want a different president for Christmas. Only a different president will do. Don't want to see a friend of Jeff Epstein. Just bring us someone who can feel some empathy, and hopefully they care for you and me.
Sky's the limit, the truth is on our side. There's no time for worry, let's show the world our pride. Whether another comes up with a surprise, we all will discover where our fate will lie. On a blue wave, we rise to save the day. Only me, only you can let our hearts sail away on a blue wave.
And welcome to episode 51 of TruBlu Politics podcast with Anita and Karen for our Christmas episode.
Yes.
Hey, Anita.
Hey, Karen. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Exactly. Oh, that's $500 for you.
Oh, that's right.
You're gonna
well,
get
I did say
fined.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, you did.
So, I mean, I'm within the law.
Well, happy Christmas? Question mark. Happy
That's what they say. That's what they say in the
mark.
UK. They say Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas. Yep.
Which sounds weird to me.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's because I'm American.
Yeah, you're Merk. You're Merkin in Texas. So,
It's true.
you know, we, of course, are coming out of a really rough week.
It's
Very
been
tragic end to 2025, which has already been a horrific year. Very
Oh my God,
traumatizing.
this has been like the worst year, and it's ended the worst of all.
Yeah, it
And,
really has.
you know, I was just listening to that song we were playing for the audience, and it's like, I want a new president for Christmas, one with empathy.
Mhm.
And then, you know, think about that letter. I mean, that post that he posted after Rob Reiner. I mean,
Michelle were
brutally murdered. And there are people that are suffering. This is very traumatic for a family, not just, you know, the people, not to mention all the people that loved Rob Reiner.
Right.
But his family, I mean, what they're going through right now.
His
His children.
It's a total tragedy. It's a tragedy for the son, Nick, who
he's ruined his life.
And fame, you know, I mean, we know that, you know, that he has had a very long troubled past with addiction and homelessness, and the family is grappled with, you know,
well, apparently he's been diagnosed. They say he's been diagnosed with, this is what his lawyer's saying, schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which would make, I mean, not that schizophrenics are normally violent, but, you know, obviously he was.
It would, yeah. I mean, and it's something that, you know, I was talking to Richard Shue this morning on his show, and, you know, this is something that touches every single family. Every single family is touched with either addiction, or mental illness or a combination
Absolutely.
of both,
Mhm.
and so it is
They go hand in
something that
hand.
is, yeah, they go
Yeah.
hand in hand. And so this is, what they were grappling with, what they were, having to navigate for the, last couple of decades, or, decade and a half, with Nick, who
E
started abusing drugs at the age of 15.
Well, no, that
Um,
was the first time he got into
that
rehab.
right,
So he
right.
probably started abusing
So
at
started,
12 or
yes,
13.
12 or 13, yeah. So it's been a while. And it is, as anybody that knows, who has had it in their family, it is a family disease. It is a family affliction,
And it's painful
and
and
it's extremely painful. And then when you have it come to such a horrible and tragic end, I feel for the three children who are having to deal with this.
and
And
this can
it's
happen
horrible.
to any family. That's the
Yep.
thing. It has nothing to do with Rob and Michelle, who were apparently wonderful parents and whose
Mhm.
children just from what I understand are the loveliest people. And I mean it's got that their brother did this to them. It's just
Yep.
so horrible.
It's just yeah, it's horrible. And I mean, and we, Anita, you and I spoke about, um you can go back through our lives, all the way to our childhood and, years, and where something that Rob Reiner helped create has been woven through our timeline.
Oh, from when we were kids, listening
Yeah.
to All in the or watching All in the Family
Mhm.
and with our parents and laughing and
Mhm.
just, he was just such a big part of my whole life, honestly.
Mhm.
The Princess Bride, a few good
Yeah.
men,
And then our
uh,
children's lives too,
and
right?
our children. Oh my God, my kids! I couldn't believe how upset they were because
Mhm.
they love movies like A Princess Bride, The American
Mhm.
President,
Spinal Tap.
Final
Yep.
Tap,
Mhm.
A Few Good Men.
Mhm.
What's that one? Oh my God, where the boy finds a dead body. He's with
Oh
his friend.
gosh.
No,
Oh. Yes. Hold on. Stand by me.
Stand by Me. Oh my God, what a
Mhm.
beautiful movie. I
Yep.
was listening to Kathy Bates and her reaction because she
Mhm.
was in Misery. She started in
Misery. Yeah.
Misery. Just and it's the movies that just like he was never like there was not just one genre that Rob
Right.
Reiner you can was his movies were all over when Harry
Mhm.
Met Sally.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
were
When Harry
rom
Met
coms.
Sale.
They
Yep.
were
Yep.
movies like from
Sleepless in
Stephen King.
Seattle. Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean,
A
they
Few
were
Good Men.
a few
Yeah.
good men. So they weren't
Yeah.
just like, oh, he just does horror or he does
Right. He
rom
wasn't stuck
coms.
in one genre. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and so it is. Yeah. It's just, and then of course, and I don't want to, but the repulsive, absolutely vulgar, like you brought up earlier, post on Truth Trust Essential, where he just
Oh,
the
he
most,
blamed it on it because Rob Reiner hated he. It's like, oh,
yeah,
he hated me. That's why he was murdered.
right.
He made it so much about
Ab-
himself. We
as
can't
always, it's
as
always
always.
about himself,
And
right?
honestly, we just what we can't expect anything better
No,
from him.
no, it totally tracks. I'm not surprised.
Mhm.
So I think honestly, the less said about it, I mean, we know he's vulgar, we know he's disgusting.
Think
He
about after
is
9/11. What did he do?
right.
What was his reaction? Oh,
Yeah.
now my building's the
No
tallest.
buildings. Yep.
That's who he is. He doesn't give a shit about anybody, not even his kids. I'm sorry, he would throw even Ivanka under the bus if it saved his ass.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was again, I was talking to Richard, and he said something like somebody, one of his kids have to do something,
Oh,
they've
please.
got to. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Mm-mm. No,
I'm like, that is never going to happen. That
no.
family is broken. Like
Yeah.
they are absolutely, there's no help coming within the family.
Because he's
It's,
a sociopath. And,
he's a sociopath, and there are a bunch of sociopaths.
yeah. So,
You know,
and
I
he's
mean, if
surrounded
my
by
God,
sociopaths.
if the Republicans aren't going to stand up, what I mean,
Mm-mm.
what really makes you think that anybody in the Trump family would
No,
ever stand up,
remember in the beginning,
other than Mary, you know?
right? And then she's pretty much kind of had to separate herself completely from the family.
Yeah.
Remember in the beginning when we're all like, "Oh, well, Ivanka," the media was telling us how Ivanka was going to be a good influence on him, and
Mhm.
Jared, and blah blah blah. No, that was all bullshit.
Total bullshit. They're in on the grift.
Of course
I
they
mean,
are.
they were completely indoctrinated. They have been completely groomed by
Mm-hmm.
this monster who was groomed by his monster of a father,
Well, how
you
can you
know?
be not? You can't. Of course, they're broken people too because they were raised by him.
Mhm.
So anyway, we don't want to say too much about this
No,
because it's
that's
very
it.
depressing. We all have been listening. Everybody's been talking about it all week. So we just wanted to get that out of the way because it's important that we, recognize how painful it was. He was such a big part in all of our lives,
Beloved
and
in the country, beloved in
he
the
was such a
throughout the
patriot.
world.
Yep,
Yep.
throughout the world, and he was such a patriot, and he's going to be so missed by just I mean, I want to say the whole world, like you said. I was going to say the
Yeah.
Democratic Party because he did so much for our, good progressive
Mm-hmm.
causes because
Yes.
he cared about this. He loved this country so
He
much.
was a great messenger,
Mhm.
for the democratic ideals, and
Yeah.
which, include welcoming the stranger, which include
LGBTQ,
welcoming
right?
in LGBTQIA rights, and
Hmm.
includes, the holiday that so many, people who call themselves Christians in this country and around the world celebrate, and that is a refugee family coming and looking for shelter. And if it's the Republicans, they would absolutely shut the door on
No
them.
room. No
No
room at the
room.
end.
Yep. Yep. So,
So,
it's yeah.
but moving on.
Yep.
So there's a
Yeah,
lot
so
more to
there's
talk. A lot
other
of yeah.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say there's a lot of things happened this week. We had this stupid speech that was pointless, except to give
Mhm.
Donald Trump an hour on, national television to lie to the American people, which pissed me off because I remember very well how Biden or Obama were told, when they would make speeches, the networks would just tell him to go, fuck himself. They would not
Right.
televise their speeches.
Right.
Remember when Biden
Well,
made that?
we have exactly. Well, we do have a little bit of the speech here.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you're going to, well, don't play too
Yeah.
much. Just play a.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I'll just play here.
Meine Zeit verwendet habe im Dienste meines Volkes. Gib du jetzt deine Stimme ab.
Oh, wait.
Wait, that sounded about like it.
That sounded
I didn't remember
like
it in German, but
yeah. So we won't play too much of it. That
we'll
was
just
enough.
we'll just let Lawrence O'Donnell give you a good rundown or synopsis of the whatever that was
Whatever that
that was
What was
on
that?
Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So let me see here.
Because worst public speaker struggled mightily reading a teleprompter full of lies tonight. His speech, if we can call it that, in it, Donald Trump said that when he took office, quote, inflation was the worst in the history of our country. That is a lie, a typical Trump lie. Inflation was at 3% when Donald Trump took office. Inflation is at 3% right now. Donald Trump said that when he took office, we had, quote, transgender for everybody. That would mean that Donald Trump is transgender. That would mean that everybody is transgender. It is, of course, Trumpian madness. We did not have transgender for everybody. Donald Trump said, I was elected in a landslide. That is a lie. Donald Trump won by 1.5% of the vote. Donald Trump said they released violent felons, meaning the Biden administration. No president in history has released more violent felons in one day than Donald Trump did on his inauguration day when he pardoned every violent felon who attacked the Capitol on January 6th for him, to try to overturn a presidential election for him. Donald Trump said that tariffs is, quote, my favorite word. Donald Trump lied when he said we made a lot more money because of tariffs. We didn't make any money because of tariffs. America made no money because of that. The Trump tariffs paid to the United States Treasury have all been paid in the United States by Americans. The federal government has simply taken money away from Americans through the Trump tariffs. Americans have had to take money out of their pockets to pay for the Trump tariffs in this country. This is the first time that Donald Trump made a public reference to tariffs without telling the lie that foreign countries pay his tariffs. And Donald Trump lied about the Democrats, saying Democrats are demanding increases in health insurance costs. Donald Trump delivered his speech in a monotone anger. He seemed to be angry at the truth.
That is the line. Angry at the truth.
At the truth. Yep. Some of that stuff was just so ridiculous. Like, Democrats are trying to take away your health care or make it more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and the thing about prescriptions, 600%. Now, I don't know why everybody forgets. Just a couple weeks ago, he said he cut prescription drugs by 1,500%. And he had said that before, a couple of months before that. By the way, yes, some drugs have reduced prices now. They've been, there's some controls on the pricing in some drugs, but that started under Joe Biden.
Yep.
He did that on his way out of the White House. Didn't try to take credit for it. He knew that Trump would get credit for it, and he still did it because he cared about the American people, and he actually did want to make life better for us.
Yep.
So one of them was Ozempic, and Donald Trump made the big deal about lowering costs for Ozempic, but that was Joe Biden. That.
Right.
Remember, he was getting Medicare to negotiate drug prices, something Democratic presidents have been trying for decades.
So, so basically what I'm hearing is that he wants to take credit for all of the great things that he inherited from President Biden, lie that he did it. But at the same time, the fact that people are worse off now than when he took office, that's Joe Biden's fault.
Well, yeah, and Joe Biden was the worst president in history. He says that.
Right.
He wrote that on that plaque. I mean, the thing about it is he's the worst president in history, and he knows it.
And it's all projection.
It's all projection. He's the most divisive president. He called Obama that. I mean, it was all projection.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, as far as like healthcare, when he talked about Democrats trying to, Democrats are the ones who want to increase your healthcare prices. The Republicans actually did come up with a plan. Apparently, I was watching the hearings of the Ways and Means.
Was it Romney
Committee.
Care?
No, the Ways and Means Committee. They get to question the Republicans who come up with these bills, and their health care plan would have thrown 100,000 more Americans off their health care than if they did nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So their health care plan was worse than nothing. Sorry.
Then worse than nothing.
Yes.
Good to know.
That's what they do.
And again, reminder to anybody listening, and when you're talking to your relatives and friends, and they want to, go on and on and on about the ACA or Obamacare, and they don't have the fucking clue that they're the same thing. The ACA, the Republican Party was allowed to join with the Democrats and make 108 changes to it. It's essentially Romney Care, which was the health care plan in
Heritage.
Yep.
It came out of the Heritage Foundation.
Foundation. So it's just like it's for them, and for what do they do for the last 15 years? They've been running around. We need to repeal and place it. This was, passed in the dead of night. Democrats.
And they've been damaging it. They've been damaging it ever since.
Marco Rubio, remember, getting rid of the risk corridors.
The mandate. They've been trying to. And so when they talk about, Obamacare has raised healthcare prices because healthcare prices are, increased since Obamacare went into effect. That is such bullshit. They're the ones
Right.
who keep chipping away at it. And by the way, it was meant to be built on.
Yes.
First of all, Democrats did propose a public option, okay?
Mm.
And that was eventually supposed to include a public option. The reason why it didn't include a public option initially was because Joe Lieberman
Mm-hmm.
was voting with the Republicans and said, I won't vote for it if that public option is there. Remember, this went on for like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So we didn't shove anything down their throats like they do to us. But
Yeah.
anyway, the point is, it was supposed to be built on and later on include a public option.
Right.
So that, which I think is the best, not instead of like Medicare for all and immediate, where people are being forced to go on Medicare, because I think there'll be a backlash to that. I don't think that will work. I don't think people will accept it. But if we give them a public option, people love choice.
Right.
So if we allow them to choose Medicare, if they don't like their plan or they can't afford it,
right.
then eventually, and they end up liking it, and then more and more people join the public option, eventually we'll get to universal health care or Medicare for all.
Right.
That's what I think would be best.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that would I mean, and it's just, and if the Republican Party was actually interested in doing anything at all to help people,
No.
we would have been there already, right? I mean,
they are fighting it tooth and nail. They are. Mike Johnson actually ended Congress. They all left on vacation, knowing that the healthcare, the subsidies for the ACA, Obamacare subsidies were going to die out. They were not going to. So all these people, the sign up period is going to be passed, and so now all these people are going to be without healthcare.
Right.
They will not be able to sign up for it because who can afford it? I mean, Blue Gal from the professional left talks about how just for her and her son, right now she's paying $700 a month, and that's going up to $2,500 a month.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I've told you about my brother who was on the ACA, and he got the notification he was paying $250 for individual coverage on the ACA, and that is going to go up to $1,800 a month. So
that's
$250
crazy.
a month to $1,800. I mean, I am not a mathematician, but that doesn't seem.
I was listening to this woman talk about she has brain cancer, and she's not going to be able to afford her premium now.
Yep.
So, but they don't care. Yeah. They believe, I'm telling you, they're just horrible fucking people who don't care whether you have health care or not. This is survival of the fittest for them.
Yeah.
And if you don't have health care, well, you know what? That's your problem.
Yeah.
You should have done something about that. You shouldn't have got sick if you know.
Right. And this idea too, that he's like, we're going to just give people money. We're just going to give people money. And basically what it would amount to is like $80 a month, which
it's
that's going to
anyway.
do jack shit for anybody.
It's going to do jack shit, first of all. And second of all, they're talking about, I want to make sure that money's not going to the insurance companies. I'm going to send you the money. And then we can pay it to the insurance companies.
Exactly.
And it won't be enough, by the way.
But no, it won't. It will
these
not.
Healthcare savings accounts, all these things have been proven to be failures because there's people. Well, first of all, you cannot save enough for things that like cancer diagnosis or you need surgery or something like that.
Right.
They may be able to pay for like minimal care, just going to the doctor for a checkup. But that's about it. When you have to have an MRI or you need a CT scan because you hurt your ankle or anything like that, and you're not going to have that kind of money in your health savings account.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. And I mean, we have a health savings account, but it pays for incidentals, like maybe a copay.
Right.
But that's it.
It's not not a major diagnosis, and not something that is not a routine screening. I told you about when I went, for what I thought was a routine screening for, colon cancer. because we do have a family history of it. My grandfather, my maternal grandfather, passed at 35 of colon cancer. And I mean, it ended up, I get this bill for like $1,900
No,
for some,
see,
yeah, and I can't,
mm-mm.
I can't. So between here, the Affordable Care Act, just a little, just to talk about this, it was, has saved tens of thousands of lives through Medicaid expansion, with studies showing roughly 27,400 lives saved between 2010 and 2022.
And in states like
That's a
mine,
lot of lives.
it's a lot of lives. And states like mine, those are the most, there's a lot more people in red states that didn't get the Medicaid expansion who are on these ACA subsidies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're working people, okay?
Yeah.
Because if you're not working or if you're that poor, you get Medicaid.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
automatically.
we cannot stress enough, when we talk to people over the holidays and they talk about, the subject of healthcare comes up. The fact of the matter is, because of the big, beautiful bill, this is the big, beautiful bill that did this.
This is in there. Exactly.
This is in there. So this is getting rid
to pay for billionaire tax cuts. Okay. Let's make that clear.
Again, this is millions of Americans losing their health coverage so that the Republicans can give billionaires, millionaires, and multinational corporations tax breaks.
That's
That's
right.
what this is.
More, another tax cut. Mm-hmm.
Yes, another one. Which it tracks if you're, for the Republican Party, because this is what they've always done. Yeah.
That's all their solution to everything. More tax cuts. They don't really want to govern. There's no point to electing Republicans.
None. And if it has not been clear to people that have not been paying attention, or just have bought the BS,
watch Fox
both
News
sides, or watch Fox News, whatever, it's got to be clear now. It has to be clear, people. This is happening, and this is because people were not paying attention, because they were too busy on Instagram posting selfies, or nights out with their buddies at the bar, or their girlfriends at the bachelorette party, whatever. Pay attention. We have to pay attention. This affects everybody. Politics is personal,
right.
And it will affect you. It will jack up your life if you don't start paying attention and start taking part in the process, the democratic process.
It's how you take responsibility for your own health care. If you vote for a Republican,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, voting for a Democrat means you're trying to protect your health care.
Yeah. Exactly. That's your bottom line.
Yeah.
I mean, and now what are we seeing? We're seeing skyrocketing costs for groceries. We're seeing,
now I got to say this. There is a segment that you cannot. What gets these people to vote? They were going to vote Republicans. I was listening to this guy that debates his parents all the time, and this woman, and she was talking about the Rob Reiner comment. And he said, don't you want a president with empathy? And she goes, well, why should he have empathy after Biden said, I'm glad he got shot? And he goes, what are you talking about? I mean, these people believe such nonsense. But this is not the people that we're trying to reach. The people that aren't paying close attention, who don't, are not, the people that they are empathetic people. And they do care, and they don't want people to suffer. But they don't pay enough attention to know that the way that we stop that is by not voting for Republicans.
Yeah, I wonder. So, I mean, in that situation, and I know that this happens in a lot of people's, conversations, where just complete and utter like conspiracy theories, or
Crazy
just complete
stuff.
like made up. It's just completely made up out of whole cloth. So that comment about, well, he said that he was glad that Trump got shot. Where do you?
Well, that's what he
that?
said. And you know what she said? She goes, "Do you think I'm making it up?" He goes, "No, I think whoever told you that was making it up. Wherever you read that," because she was saying she read it. But and you know what? This is where AI is a good thing, because he did use ChatGPT to show her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And what did she say?
nothing had cut off there.
Oh,
But
see, I hate when they do
she
that.
did. Well, no, she did. Before that, she did start saying, well, I mean, I didn't like it. I didn't think it was appropriate. But, she's still going to vote. She still supports him, even though she's being fed these lies. That's not just the only one. This is a continuous thing. This guy that debates his parents, who are fucking crazy. I don't even know why he wastes his time.
I don't either. How old is he? Is he like a Gen Zer?
No, he's probably 40, so his
Okay.
parents are probably in their 70s or 80s.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's not
God
young.
bless, man. Seriously. And you're right. I mean, you're not going to reach people like that because they don't want to, like, to your, the point that you make constantly. These people that watch Fox News, these people that fall into all this stuff, they want to be lied to.
They want to be lied to.
They really do.
So there's not much you can do, but there are people, and it swung the elections. And I say this all the time too: the Trump voters. These are probably, this is who we are actually, who actually decide our elections, are the people who know the least. Okay, these are the people who all of a sudden, it's just vibes or whatever. But the vibes, I guess, at that time, the Trump, I mean, people were unhappy. Because we were coming out of COVID, and Biden did an amazing job. We were like the envy of the world. We were getting out of inflation faster than any other country. Our GDP was up. I mean, everything was actually looking good.
If Trump did nothing at all, he would be a hero right now.
Right. He would be a hero right now. But the thing is, people were, prices were up because we just came out of COVID. There was a supply chain shortages, and these companies aren't going to lower their prices. Right? They know people were paying them. So people were unhappy, and they were blaming incumbents all over the world lost.
Yes.
So they blamed Biden, and Trump took advantage of that, like telling everybody he could fix it. He was going to lower prices day one.
Wait, we're at day 300, I think now.
And it was roughly a dumb promise. It was a dumb promise, but people wanted to believe it because you can't lower prices. You're not going to lower prices. That's not going to happen. Inflation, and nobody asked them, well, so how are you going to do that? Because the truth is that your policies that you're advocating would actually make inflation worse.
Yep.
And Kamala Harris was warning everybody about that, but nobody was listening, and maybe she didn't have enough time. And maybe, and Biden wasn't a very good communicator, but there should have been somebody out there explaining that.
Yes.
And maybe the media should have done a better job. That's for damn sure, because I looked everywhere for, anybody. And by the way, the media, after the election, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, wow, the economy was pretty good under Biden. The Wall Street Journal, The Economist, we're all saying we were the envy of the world. Donald Trump's going to inherit a great economy.
If you like what you're hearing, please consider subscribing to TruBlu Politics Podcast on Patreon. At any level you can, it is so appreciated and so needed. Anita and I would love to be able to increase the frequency of episodes. We would like to upgrade equipment to make these podcasts even higher quality. But, we have day jobs. We can't do this without support from our loyal listeners and our TruBlu Crew Politics Podcast subscribers. And at any level, you will get additional content as well as be a part of our TruBlu Crew podcast chat room, where we can interact with you all and hear back. Give us some feedback. Whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on, please consider giving us 4 stars, 5 stars, and a review. We love hearing from you, and we couldn't do it without you. So please consider subscribing. Buy me a coffee. Buy Anita a coffee. And keep the fight going. We are living through unprecedented times with attacks on our democracy and our rights. So we want to continue to be voices in the resistance, and along with you, keep fighting the fight against this autocratic regime. Thanks, everybody. We love you. Well, so today we are recording this on December 19th, Friday. And of course, this is the day that the full Epstein files.
It's Epstein Day. Happy Epstein,
It's Epstein Day. Yes.
If you celebrate, happy Epstein Day.
December 19th. Yes. So today was, of course, for those of you who have not been paying attention, today was the day that the DOJ was ordered by law to release the full Epstein files.
That's not going to happen.
And so I just want to play. Aaron Parnas was reacting, was actually covering.
Todd Blanche.
Yes, Todd Blanche. Thank you. Oh my God, can't keep the supervillains straight.
I know.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Yeah,
they're all the same. It's like one.
One
anyway,
supervillain.
okay. Yeah, like a multi-headed monster. Okay.
Like a Medusa. Okay.
A Medusa. Yes. Okay. So here we go. This is from Aaron Parnas's channel.
Today marks the deadline for the DOJ to make the Epstein files public after the president signed a law requiring those to be released. So in these files, are we going to learn any new information about Epstein and people that may have been associated with him?
So yes, so today is the 30 days where, and I expect that we're going to release several 100,000 documents today, and those documents will come in all different forms, photographs and other materials associated with all of the investigations into Mr. Epstein. And just so everybody appreciates, President Trump has said for years that he wants full transparency, and he wants the Department of Justice to release everything that we can with respect to this investigation and cases. And we saw during the Biden administration.
Okay, we're going to pause it there.
Yeah, he is so full of shit. And he sounds nervous, by the way.
Okay, by the way, and I mean, that is completely ignoring the fact that the DOJ, under Donald Trump's order, moved Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's partner and accomplice. Yes.
And by the way, anybody who speaks out against her now are punished and sent to maximum security if they complain about it, because she has connections. She has dirt on Donald Trump, and he wants to keep her silent.
Yes. Yep. So, and no, it is not apparent to everybody that Donald Trump has been.
Oh, come on. Donald Trump has been wanting to release.
He said what the MAGA faithful that were fixated on releasing the Epstein files wanted to hear, and he knew damn well that he wasn't going to make good on it. And as soon as it's brought up, he doesn't waste any time.
He called it a hoax.
He calls it a hoax. He moves. Now all of a sudden it's a hoax.
You're stupid for believing it. So for this guy, Todd Blanche, to talking about how Donald Trump wants full transparency and all this crap. I mean, come on. Nobody's buying that shit. Not even MAGA, because they remember. He called them stupid. He has called it a hoax. Repeatedly called it a hoax now.
Yes. Yeah. And he's not backing down from it. And so, when you're ordered by law, and we know, like, you had mentioned when we were just talking, earlier, who's going to enforce it? The DOJ is completely corrupt and criminal.
And incompetent.
And so they're going to, they're not going to release. And we kind of expected this, right? We all kind of saw this coming. But in the meantime, Democrats have been getting emails and material from the Epstein estate. So they're continuing to do their oversight and investigation into it on their own.
The only thing that's going to happen is public pressure. I mean, there's not going to be any prosecution, okay? Mm-hmm. It's going to be all about, just revealing who these people are.
Yes.
The elite, the Epstein elite.
Epstein elite. Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, nobody's going to get prosecuted, but we still want all of this stuff out.
The victims and the survivors deserve to have that. You know,
the world needs to know who these people are.
Absolutely. Because we just keep, going on and doing the same darn thing, and the same people are continue to be protected.
Yeah.
From any accountability for this. We're talking about, and I'll hear people say like, oh, they were underage women. No, they're girls. They're children.
Girls.
They're children.
They need to stop calling them women.
Yep.
That drives me crazy too.
They're not. They are children. They were, well below, in many cases, the age of consent.
Well, they were drawing. Did you see the new pictures? They're drawing and stuff about Lolita. You know what Lolita from the book, and then the movie, who was like, I don't know, 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
It's about a man who has an affair with rape really when they're that young, with a girl. And they were drawing, they were writing stuff about this Lolita, I don't know. I don't remember exactly what they said, but they were drawing on women's bodies, girls' bodies.
Yeah. I'm trying to see, there's that part that, in what you sent me, the emails, especially since so Epstein was even implying in some of those emails that he had all the dirt on Donald Trump. Then all of a sudden he gets arrested by Trump's DOJ, which Barr was in charge of, and then ends up dead.
That was from Elon Musk, Grok.
Yeah.
Sent you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It doesn't think about that. I mean, Grok puts it all together, right? And it does. It sounds, it's very suspicious. Barr was in charge of the federal government. All that Barr said that the Epstein prison video, he had seen it. He had thoroughly seen it. There's nothing to see here. And then when they got it, it was all edited and crappy.
Yeah.
Like we saw before, after, later on. That's why that.
Well, and wasn't there something that was released? And I'm sorry, I thought it was in one of the things that you sent me, but where they actually had somebody actually had information that Donald Trump raped somebody as young as 13.
Yeah, there was the court case, the criminal filing. That girl or that woman now said that Epstein and Trump raped her, but the problem is, some of that has some pretty, I don't know, ties. I looked it up. Some strange ties to somebody that lies a lot. And I don't know, but it's apparently in the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Some representatives saw the files and is talking.
Oh yeah,
about.
That's true. So I don't know. Just because that's what I got that from Grok. So who knows if it's true or not?
But there was a video. I thought that there was something where there was a representative that said that she.
There is a representative. She said she said she saw it. There were there was the court filings of from some 12 or 13-year-old who said she was raped by both Epstein and Trump in his Manhattan apartment.
Yep.
And it was pretty detailed. There was some pretty disgusting things in that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but we need to see the files.
Yeah, we need to. And today's the day. And imagine, like, what was the number that he just talked about? How many files? How many files that they're releasing today? And that's not all of them?
There's 100,000 that we know that they're not going to release.
Yeah. Yeah. So here, let me play a little bit more of this and see where it takes us. Hold on.
Radio silence from the very Democrats that are screaming from congressional steps today that we haven't done enough. But guess what? President Trump signed that law 30 days ago, and we have been working tirelessly since that day to make sure that we get.
It's like Trump wanted to sign that law. He had no choice.
Exactly.
It was a veto-proof law.
Yeah, exactly. And he did everything in
bill
his
at that
power,
time.
including, using Mike Johnson
Who shut down
to
Congress?
shut the government.
So give me a break. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't get over this guy saying that after Donald Trump called it a hoax
Right.
a number of times, a Democratic hoax.
Yes.
Remember?
And Pam Bondi saying that she had the files on her desk.
She said she had him on her desk. These guys have,
And Pam Bondi saying that Donald Trump is mentioned multiple times in it.
Well, apparently, think about this. Okay, they had over 900 federal FBI agents working on it back in March, deleting Trump's name. And now, apparently, they've got like 1,000 of them. And this has been substantiated. This is true. There was what do you call that? Release of information. What's it called?
Yeah, FOIA.
FOIA. And they found out that, now they have like 1,000 of them doing it. I'm like, how many times is his name in there?
I know.
They need that many FBI agents deleting his name
and they're being paid overtime, right? Using our tax dollars.
That's how they found out, because there was so much overtime that they needed from Congress for these federal agents. And they're coming from all the different departments now.
Yeah. And so, Trump, of course, is not happy with all of this talk about,
Epstein,
the Epstein
Are we
files.
still talking about Epstein? Are you still talking about Epstein?
He had a response here. I'm going to play it.
Ja, dann tritt für mich ein, so wie ich für dich eingetreten bin.
And of course, the MAGA, they all cheered.
Yeah. They thought it was a wonderful speech.
Yes, they thought it was.
He was saying what they were thinking. Okay,
That's exactly right.
So anyway, okay, I know we need to talk about some other things, and this is top of mind.
And this is just what I just want to insert in response to Donald Trump and his speech that he subjected America to. I just want to issue this holiday response. Please.
Okay, let's
give me a moment here.
That is so gross. Karen, that is like blasphemous.
Is it? I don't think so.
I don't know. Sleep. Okay, that was beautiful.
It was beautiful, and it pretty much sums up my feelings about Donald Trump and his idiotic speech and his vulgar.
That's what it sounded like.
Anytime he opens his stupid mouth, that's what I think of. Donnie farts a lot.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
So in other news, another ridiculous thing is the Kennedy Center. So,
oh my God,
would you like to introduce this?
I mean, come on. This is a living memorial to a martyred president, a slain president who was president at the time.
Where was he slain?
Well, where was he slain?
Yeah, where was he?
Yes. Okay. You want me to talk about Texas? Yes, he was slain here in Texas. Okay. It's a stain on the state, but there are many stains on the state of Texas. Okay. So I know my mother used to say everything like remember when Reagan was shot?
Yeah.
And she found out, she goes, oh, I know there's a tie to Texas somehow. And apparently
there's a tie.
And apparently he bought the gun here. So I knew it. So anyway,
So your mom, that was your mom's Sicilian roots coming through, right?
absolutely. Well, also, she was from Massachusetts, and
Mhm.
so they love the Kennedy. She met
Yeah.
Bobby Kennedy, and she
That's
was president
amazing.
of the JFK Youth for President
Mm,
Club.
that's
So
awesome.
she loved the Kennedys. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, it's just so grotesque that he's
Mhm.
slapping his name. It's a Donald J. Trump and John F. Kennedy Art Center.
Here.
Donald Trump doesn't give a crap about arts. The reason
Mm-mm.
why he never attended he never went to one event there his first term. But now he
Yeah.
wants to make it all about himself. He's made himself chairman of the board there, and he's handpicked a board that made him and then he's always he's like, oh, please don't name this after me. I mean, it's his handpicked board, and he's the chair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just gross. What is he doing? He's an extremely unpopular president, who
Well, and it's like it's nonsensical. It's like him changing the name of the Gulf of
Lincoln
Mexico to the
Memorial.
Gulf America.
I mean, no, it's like
I mean,
he
it's
can't
just
the Lincoln
stupid.
Memorial. I mean, can you imagine the Trump Lincoln Memorial, the Trump Washington Monument? Yes, like the Gulf of America. This is all illegal. He did not change the Kennedy Center to the
Mm-mm.
Trump Kennedy Center. He can say that, but the Congress has to approve that. As a matter of fact, he called the Department of Defense the Department of War, which Congress rejected. As a matter of fact, because it needs funding to be able to do that, and they rejected it. It wasn't in the defense bill, so there's no money for that. And so they can go on
Right.
pretending it's the Department of War. They can pretend it's the Gulf of America. They can pretend it's the Trump Kennedy Center. For some reason, he's so thirsty for admiration, for love. And he is a bottomless soul. There's nothing that's going to fill that soul. He can keep trying to fill it with shit like that. And he's never going to be happy. He's never going to be satisfied,
No.
because he's
And
one
so,
of the most unhappy man I've ever seen.
oh my God, he's never satisfied. And
Never.
it's like constantly, it's like people have to constantly bend over backwards
To
to,
praise him,
placate him and make him,
Look at
stroke his little tiny
cabinet.
baby ego.
His cabinet meetings where they're
Oh
all
my
like,
God.
I mean, they're so gross.
So nonsensical. It's a joke. What a baby. Little
They're
whiny little
ridiculous.
bitch baby. And then, so then you have Rep Joyce Beatty said talking
on the
about
committee.
who was on the committee.
She's a
right.
former member, so she's supposed to have a voice in this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But she
So
talks about what really happened. Okay.
Yeah, let me go ahead and I will play this.
I'm Congresswoman Joyce Beatty. I'm sitting here in my congressional office in Washington, D.C., just ending a call with the Kennedy Center, where I serve as an ex officio member. I am bringing this to you live today because what you may hear is that there was a unanimous vote to rename the Kennedy Center the Trump Center. Be clear, I was on that call. And as I tried to push my button to voice my concern, to ask questions, and certainly not to vote in support of this, I was muted. Each time I tried to speak, I was muted. Participants were not allowed to voice their concerns who were online. Yet it was said at the end, it was a unanimous vote. Clearly, the Congress has a say in this. This center, the Kennedy Center, was created by the Congress. I think it's important for us to know that this is just another attempt to evade the law and not let the people have a say. As a strong supporter of the arts, as someone during my entire time here in Congress, I have participated in the Kennedy Center's programs, and I salute all the artists who have performed there.
So, there.
Yeah, they can't just change it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Congress is the only one who can change it, and they're not going
Yeah.
to.
Right.
Not even this Republican Congress would do that.
Yeah. So I mean, again, it is more bullshit while people are dealing with higher costs,
Their
not
premiums,
being
their insurance
premiums,
going skyrocketing. Yep.
holidays and everything costs more. And this
He's
piece of
thinking of ways.
shit, this
Yep.
little whiny baby has to, all he cares about is feeding his own ego
Oh no.
and getting what he needs for his own selfish, bullshit. I mean, it's so ridiculous. And
It's
this country
gross.
deserves better. We deserve better. And no, we didn't vote for
Oh.
this. The majority of Americans did not vote for this shit.
Well, the people that voted for this, I mean, they did. They voted, and not the majority of people. And those people need to get out and vote. We need to start. More people need to vote, because this is what happens. You get these crazies that come in, and I mean, the small minority of people who are just the religious nuts, the criminals, the freaks, are all. These are the people that are in charge of our government. These people are all fucking freaks, weirdos, religious zealots, right wing whack jobs, or running our country.
Right. And podcasters.
Podcasters in charge of the FBI. As a matter of fact, speaking of which, they caught the guy that did the shooting at Boston University. Well, guess what? Because they didn't catch this guy, because they got the wrong guy, this guy went out and killed an MIT professor. And now they've got
somebody. Yeah, so now they've got somebody who killed himself.
He killed himself, and guess who? It wasn't the FBI caught him. It was a janitor from New Hampshire.
Right.
Who he was like, "What are you doing here?" And the guy got real weird, and then he ran off and apparently shot himself in one of the storage closets. But the FBI has been useless. They're
completely feckless. Even Bongino sees the writing on the wall.
Well, he's gone now. Yeah,
he's gone.
Yep. Well, these guys were podcasters who could just say anything, and just Bongino and Kash Patel made their, careers out of talking about the Epstein files.
Thank you.
and now Bongino goes on national television on Fox and starts talking about, well, I could say that then, but now I'm, well, yeah, because now you have, you've actually seen what's really happening, and all those conspiracy theories are all bullshit. Like when they said the FBI did January 6th.
Right.
And so all the stuff that you were telling everybody, and now turns out to be bullshit.
It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Because if this one thing is bullshit, it's all bullshit. It's likely all bullshit. And how can any of the people that have listened to them have wasted hours and hours of their lives listening to this bullshit coming from them, are sitting there saying, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. These people, I mean, I don't know. They will say something that contradicts, like they'll say something like, those were the people that stormed the Capitol were patriots, but it was Antifa. I mean,
right. It's bizarre.
The rumor was that they were going to change it to the Melania Trump Performing Arts Center. Donald Trump wouldn't even put Melania on there. It had to be him, right?
Also, to Rudolph and Blitzen and all of the other reindeers.
Did anybody see her reading to the children who were falling asleep? Because she was like reading the book they didn't understand, and then she was just reading it to herself. Like, you're supposed to show the kids. You're
supposed to show pictures. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Story time. You've never done story time with your kid?
Otherwise, they're bored. You have to show them. You're talking about toddlers.
Yes. It's so fucking weird. Okay, so here, we're going to go ahead and play this clip.
There's no ability to rename the Kennedy Center. It's the same way you could try to rename the Lincoln Memorial, right? People can say it. doesn't mean that actually happened. The name is protected by federal law and federal statute, and that obviously hasn't changed. So he can call an apple a banana, he can say down is up, or they can say it, whatever that is. That doesn't make it the case. It's tragic that in the challenges that we're confronting, an affordability crisis where energy rates are high, groceries are high, housing is high, what apparently seems to maintain the president's attention is putting his name on a building and not advocating and protecting and fighting the people that animate it. This is a building that is a living memorial to a fallen president, right? This is not just another building. It's not a skyscraper in New York City. It's not something whose name is up for auction. It is a living legacy to a man who gave his life for our country. And one would hope that any American, let alone a president, would understand that the fact that President Trump likes to attend the Kennedy Center and is engaged by the arts and likes to celebrate the arts, that's a good thing. There's no...
No, he doesn't care about the arts.
Every other president has attended
Maybe
the center
Rob.
and is welcome there, and as he should be. That's not the issue here. No other president has tried to put their name on it. And I wonder if the Lincoln Memorial is next.
There you go.
Yeah.
To your earlier comments. Yeah. I mean, and yeah.
Well, look what he said at the Rose Garden to the White House.
He gives two shits about the arts or
he doesn't give a shit about it.
He gives two shits about it. He gives two shits. He lacks any integrity. He doesn't care about precedent. He doesn't care about tradition. He doesn't care about he is a hollow
American history. He's destroyed the Rose Garden. He's going to do. Apparently, they're planning on tearing down some plants that were some bushes that were planted by FDR. I mean, this guy doesn't give a crap about history.
No,
he's just tearing down the fucking White House, and he's building the East Wing. And he's building a ballroom that's twice the size of the White House. It's 90,000. It's supposed to be 90,000 square feet, a monstrosity. And the White House is 55,000 square feet. What is that going to look like?
Yeah.
It's going to look gross. And I swear to God, the first Democrat that comes in needs to wipe anything that he put his name on or that he built, because it's what he's done is just such a I don't know. It hurts. I mean, what he's done is so painful.
It is so painful. And I the more people that I talk to, Anita, this is not playing well for the majority of people that I talk to. And I'm not even bringing it up. See, that's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
I'm not even bringing it up anymore. Other people are bringing it up. Like, they know that I am engaged and they know who I am. They know like what my deal is.
But they're thinking about it.
They're thinking about it and they're bringing it up, whereas before they didn't bring it up, and so I just feel like
people can understand
have had it. People have had it. And the look, fact that now we have ICE and we have CBP going and rolling through the streets of Minneapolis, and we have New Orleans, and people being harassed again in Chicago because the motherfuckers are back up here, and that Bovino was at one of the Thornton's gas stations near us last week. And it's just, people have had it, and it's like instantaneously the community. This is the good news. They're back, and despite the fact that we're in the middle of the holiday season and people have things to do, at the gas station, my friend sent me a clip, and there were whistles everywhere.
Oh, I heard them. People were pissed.
People are pissed.
People are very upset. There was that pregnant woman in Minnesota that was. They actually threw her on the ground and then were kneeling on her. People were screaming about it. But I just want to say something else about the memorials and the stuff that he's doing as far as like the White House and the Rose Garden. I mean, these are the same people that were screaming about taking down statues of Confederate soldiers, about Robert E. Lee, because that was history.
Right.
And yet the real history, the White House, the Rose Garden, the Kennedy Center, They don't give a
Right.
crap. They never gave
Yeah.
a
And
crap.
point of order, and these are the same people that have no historical context or know the fact of the matter is
Understanding.
that those statues were erected in response to the civil rights
Yep. The civil
act.
rights movement back in, well,
Yes.
a lot of them were at the turn of the century, and then during the civil rights movement. In the, like,
Yeah.
if you look in the 1950s and 60s, a lot of them were put up at that time to send a message.
Yes, and that's it. Because we need to make sure that these Black people know
Their place.
exactly
Yep.
their place and are reminded every single day
Mm-hmm. That's right.
that
Because
the oppressors and are still loom large. The people that fought a war to
yeah,
keep them enslaved.
don't you know what, the law maybe have changed, but you know what, we haven't. Better be
Yep.
know your place. As a matter of fact, we have a high school, Robert E. Lee High School, started around that time during the civil rights movement was opened.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we see you. We see you. We know what it's about.
Yep.
So yeah, anyway, well, listen, I wanted to play us out with a beautiful Christmas carol, but I just want to say, despite all of the turmoil, despite all of the trauma that we have had to go through throughout the year, we've lost a lot of amazing people. But I just want to say, Anita, from my heart to yours, you are one of the bright spots in my life.
Thank you. You are too, Karen. Trust me.
I don't know anybody that I would rather be doing this podcast with. I don't know who I would rather be helping me to stay informed, and like when I'm down, you pick me up, and when you're down, I try and pick you up.
No, you do.
And
Yeah,
I just but I mean, really, this has been a shitty ass year, and and it really is so important, to say, and we just lost, Jim Ward in the Stephanie Miller universe,
we
an
lost a lot
amazing
of good people
person.
this
We've
year.
lost a lot of good people this year, and then of course with Rob Reiner and Michelle Reiner, the loss of them, and Malcolm Nance. I was listening to him speak about the Reiners, and one thing he said, this is why it's so important for us to um, take their spirit and their generosity and all that they did to try and fight for democracy and inform and give us art and just shape our cultural awareness in this country.
And think about
But
it.
let me just say this really quick, and then I'm going to hand it over. But
Okay.
But I just want to say, so Malcolm said, this is why we have to pay it forward. We have to take what they gave us and we have to pay it forward. And we have to tell the people in our lives every day that we love them. And I love you, Anita. I am so grateful to you. I am so grateful that, Stephanie Miller brought us together.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about
I don't know where I'd
everything
be,
that you do.
and you know that, Karen. I don't know where I'd be. Karen did so much for me because I lost my eyesight. I've talked about it years ago, but it wasn't. When I met Karen, I wasn't even on. I wasn't even like on Twitter or using social media. I don't think I was even using the phone. I mean, my a smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one who got me through that. It was very important to me.
Oh.
And I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you, Karen. Thank you. I love you.
I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'm so grateful to you for sharing your life and your family with me. And,
Yeah, you too.
And I know this is a tough time of year for you,
Yeah.
having had the
But
anniversary of losing your mom. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's one of, I mean, I know I found out later in my mom's life what it felt, to have that void. And, it doesn't compare, but it's a void and it sucks.
Yeah. I was thinking about the
and you
Reiner
helped me
kids.
through that.
Yeah.
You helped me through that. I wish I had been around when
I know.
you went through
I wish
that.
you had been around. Honestly, I do. I probably would have been able to handle it better. I had a rough time. But, I think about the Reiner kids, and she's 28. I was 28. And what they must be going through. And it's just, that's so difficult. I can't even imagine both parents. But you know what? We have to go on. And honestly, I keep thinking about how important it is how important it was to Rob that we saved this democracy. And so I want to make it important to everyone. And I want to fight for it like he did.
Same. I'm right there with you. And we have a lot of amazing people that have been brought into our lives. And honestly, because of Stephanie Miller. So, and, just also we're going to be getting together with Sean Smith Pierce and Jody Hamilton of the Politics Bar. And I just want to say on here too, thanks to them. Thank you to Richard Chu, for having us on, allowing us to share our voices there too. Hal Sparks, all of the amazing, people that we have met through Stephanie Miller.
All the mooks,
come on
our broadcast,
and the people that come on, Frank Figluzzi, my gosh, what a thrill.
I know. We've been so lucky. Stephanie Miller came on.
Jody Hamilton came on, so many amazing people that I'm not going to remember to name everybody just in this past year. Yeah, Frangela, exactly.
Yeah. So we've been very lucky to know all these people and to have them come on. And really, it was just such that they did that for us. It was just amazing.
Such an amazing community, such an amazing family. And we, lift each other up. Again, when you're down, we'll lift you up. And when we're down, please lift us up because it's a team effort. It's a team effort. So on that note, I just want to wish everybody a happy Merry
holidays.
Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah.
What's the other one?
However you celebrate, Happy Yule.
Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa.
Yes. Remember it. But stay safe, stay healthy. And Happy New Year.
I don't think we're going to be back before the New Year. I'm not sure.
We will not. We will not. Nope. It's a Happy New Year too. And we will see you on the other side.
See you next year.
Yes. And we're going to, you know what? We're going to manifest the shit out of this. We're going to do this year. 2026 is going to look very different than 2025. We're going to do this. Okay.
Yeah, we are going to do this for Rob Reiner.
Keep the faith.
Michelle.
Absolutely. Keep the faith. Yeah. Love you guys.
Love everybody. Love you, Karen.
Love you too.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and what did we see? Just one
this
Barbie
is called Donnie Two Dolls.
And a bent Christmas tree. No Legos, no PlayStation, no Yuletide delights. Thanks to the tariffs that stopped Santa's flights.
Grounded, delayed, nothing got made.
Oh, Donnie Two Dolls, he's the toy store troll. Said kids must learn sacrifice, that's my goal. With his red tie tied and his brain on snooze, he gave the elves pink slips and turned on Fox News.
No jobs for you, Mary Boo-hoo.
He stood on the White House lawn, orange and proud, explaining to tots and a confused crowd. Look, I've got 2 dolls, that's plenty, you know. Greta Thunberg has 0, she's just thrilled with the snow.
Greta's fine, quit your whine.
Look, it's not my fault, okay? China did it. Christmas is overrated, too much spirit. I had the biggest tree once, it was amazing. Then Biden lit his and it started blazing.
Biggest tree, you'll agree.
He built a wall around the North Pole one dark night. Claimed the reindeer were illegals. In flight, he said Santa's too fat, he's bad for health. Then gifted himself all the Christmas wealth.
Self-made gifts, stocking gifts.
Yes, Donnie two dolls with his grin so fake. Said if your stockings are empty, that's deep state. While kids got socks and a slap on the wrist, he unwrapped the gold toilet he had on his list.
Porcelain throne.
Gold tone, Melania groaned, I still don't care, do you? While Ivanka sold Jesus in red, white, and blue. Eric licked the candy canes stuck to the floor, and Don Jr. shot Rudolph, then claimed it was Lord.
Bang, bang! Donald Dang!
Donnie two dolls with his Yuletide decay told the kids Christmas spirit is so passe. While he dined on McNuggets in Santa's sleigh, he tweeted the North Pole will start to pay.
Tremendous tweet! A deal so sweet.
So if Christmas feels short with less jingle bell, blame the man who turned Macy's into MAGA hell. He tantrumed and tweeted all the magic away. The brat who made Christmas a trade war display.
Ho, ho, no!
The sky's the limit, the truth is on our side. There's no time for worry, let's show the world our pride. Whether another comes up with a surprise, we all will discover where our fate will lie on a blue